Ahead of kick-off, both sets of players take the knee. Watford in their all-white change strip tonight. It'd be Wycombe, though, in their traditional blue quarters. Navy blue shorts and socks who get us underway. 0-0 here with 5.5 minutes on the clock. João Pedro finds Quina. Left-hand side, level the edge of the penalty area. Into the box, and João Pedro touched a little heavy. That allows Grimmer to clear. Capu on the volley from 25 yards. Caught it well enough, but not well enough to really trouble.
Confident, though, for the ball to be coming out of the air like that, and for Capu to his first thought to be thinking about a shot. I don't mind that. It's a shot on target.
Jacobson twins another ball into the Watford box. Foster's there again, though, around the penalty spot. And almost in one action, bowls it out to Quina. On the halfway line, here's Sema. Quickly under pressure from Horgan, but evades him and fights cleverly on the edge of the centre circle. And he drifts it out to the right-hand side of Feminir. Almost level with the edge of the penalty. Lovely first touch out of his feet. The cross is deep one for Quina, who controls it and then shoots goalwards, and it's blocked by Josh Knight, throwing himself in front of it, and Watford have a corner.
Excellent initially from Cleverly. Fabulous ball out to Kiko Feminir, and a great ball in, and the defenders had got sucked underneath it. Then Quina's got options. The option he chose to shoot was the only one that was blocked off, really. He could have passed to 3 white shirts in the box, but you can see how Wycombe are prepared to defend. You know, they'll throw themselves at everything. That's when you've got to be smart and patient.
Jacobson feigns to throw it short. I'm sure Akinfenwa will be his target. No, he throws it short to Horgan. Moves towards the corner flag on the left-hand side. Digs across out. Quina's there. Volleys it away to the edge of the penalty area. Josh Knight has it for Wycombe, and here's Stewart, 10 yards inside the Watford half. Curls it into the penalty area, looking for Akinfenwa. Heads it down. Here's Kashket. Kashket with the shot, and it's wide of the left-hand post. First big chance of the game, and it falls the way of the man who scored both Wycombe's goals this season, Scott Kashket. It took a little deflection, or maybe got a touch from Foster, and it is a Wycombe corner. But Akinfenwa and Kashket combining really well inside the Watford penalty area there. Remains 0-0. Wycombe have a corner.
Yeah, I think you see the strength of the big fella there, and Troost-Ekong had, was he asking for a free kick because Akinfenwa had his hand on him? Definitely wasn't one of those, but good awareness from Akinfenwa to try and find his strike partner, and that's the threat. You know, he's not moved more than a yard.
Up to the halfway line, headed away by Knight, and here's Adeniran for Wycombe. Jacobson slips, but under no pressure. Time to get up and pick out a ball forward, looking for Akinfenwa on the edge of the penalty. Takes it down his chest. Akinfenwa with the shot, and Foster makes the save away to his right. There's a little example of he's not bad with his feet either, and a little bit more power on that, and that would have really troubled Ben Foster.
Again, you know what he's going to do. There's very little you can do about it. You know, he's got his chest is like the size of a Range Rover bonnet, so you know he can control it far easier than most players with his chest. But he's got an exceptional touch for a big fella. And then trying to find the top corner, it's a good save from Ben.
Ekong makes an angle for him, but he's robbed by Thompson. Here's Kashket to run at Kabasele. Scott Kashket running into the Watford penalty area. Cuts onto his right foot, feeds Akinfenwa, who's put it over the bar. What a chance for Wycombe Wanderers. And Adebayo Akinfenwa couldn't help it over the line. Here was Ekong caught in possession, 10 yards inside his own half. Kashket burst forward, laid it on a plate for his captain, but Akinfenwa blasted over the bar from 10 yards.
Yeah, it's a huge let-off for Watford. I'm not even sure he doesn't slip, and it's almost like 2 touches on his finish. It's not a finish you'd expect to somebody who scored over 200 goals, but fortunately for Watford, it's still 0-0. We've seen how quickly things can change. So comfortable in possession in the middle of the pitch. One sloppy pass, and it should be Wycombe 1, Watford 0.
3 minutes left of this first half. It remains goalless, but Wycombe really should be ahead. Here's Quina attacking at the other end, running at Stewart. Still going Domingos Quina. He's up to the edge of the penalty area, feeds Ismaïla Sarr on the right-hand side. Sarr's lows ball in, and João Pedro's there, but it's disallowed. It either hit his hand or the flag was up for offside. I think it might have hit João Pedro's hand.
I think it did, but by the speed of the whistle blown, I think it could have been offside too. But that for me is, you know, we talked about the goal on Saturday that Peritza got from Sarr's cross. That is Yeah, I don't think he was offside. It's just a touch off the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper's got a touch, and it's bounced up onto the underarm, around the elbow area of João Pedro. Here's Sarr on the right-hand side, finding Cleverly trying to pick out João Pedro in the penalty area. It's intercepted, though, by Adeniran, and he clears. Akinfenwa controls it, feeds Thompson. Got men on the right-hand side screaming for it, and one of those is Jack Grimmer, who controls it 15 yards toward the Watford penalty area, and then looks for Wheeler, who heads the ball down towards Kashket, and here's Akinfenwa, and now Curtis Thompson, little touch, finds Horgan into the penalty area, and that's a great tackle from Ekong to turn the ball behind. Lovely football on the edge of the Watford penalty area from the home side. William Ekong with a really important and probably goal-saving tackle there. Wycombe, though, have another corner.
Yeah, good intricate passing from the Wycombe forwards. Fabulous challenge from Troost-Ekong, but again shows them, get in and around that area. They're good at what they do, Wycombe, in those tight areas, in and around Akinfenwa.
Allsop plays this one short. Grimmer with an early cross towards Akinfenwa, who gets the heel on it, but I think hits it out of the penalty area. Sema and Quina getting each other's way on the left-hand side, and Horgan wins it back for Wycombe, and he turns it straight into the penalty area. Ekong has headed away. Wheeler on the volley, parried by Foster down to his right, and Feminir will pick up the loose ball on the right-hand side and knocks it off Daryl Horgan for a Watford throw.
Excellent save and good concentration from Ben. He's had very little to do in this game, but not for the first time. Only 30 seconds ago in the opposition box, Sema and Quina getting each other's way. This time defensively gives them the opportunity, but great save from Ben.
Adeniran takes a chance, running infield, but runs away from Quina into the centre circle, and has Horgan to his right. He's got Thompson out on the touchline. Grimmer goes on the overlap. Here is Jack Grimmer. Here's cross towards the far post, looking for Akinfenwa, and it's another save from Foster. Akinfenwa battling with Kabasele, got the shot away. Foster equal to it down to his right.
Again, he's just so big and strong in that back post area. Excellent cross in from Grimmer. And I actually think Kabasele's done well there, using a little bit of strength, and it's just one of those, it could hit, I'm not sure whose foot it come off, but again, Ben's concentration levels from a player as experienced as he is have been excellent in this second half.
Wycombe, though, starting the second half as they finish the first with chances and efforts at the Watford goal. Here's Kabasele moving over the halfway line, finding Feminir on the right-hand touchline. Now level with the edge of Penta, goes on the outside of Wheeler, gets the cross in towards Ismaïla Sarr. Ismaïla Sarr scores for the first time this season, the first time since February the 29th. He nods the ball past Ryan Allsop, and against the run of play, Watford have their nose in front at Adams Park. 7 minutes into the second period, Feminir with a cross, Sarr with a header. Wycombe Wanderers 0, Watford 1.
Well, it's a stunning cross from Kiko Feminir. Patient build up, but you can see where the space is. Know where he wants the ball. And we talked about what is a good cross in the first half. Well, that's certainly a good cross. Sarr's hardly had to jump from that, and there's nothing you can do when the ball's as good as that. And Sarr's held off at the back post. Instead of get attracted to the middle of it, he's held off. He doesn't look all that happy when he scored, probably because of the frustration of the first half, but certainly from Wycombe's point of view, that knocks all of the fresh air out of their lungs, because they've had the best opportunities of this game, 3 of them.
Kabasele 10 yards short of the penalty area. He sweeps it out to the left-hand side, and Ken Sema takes a touch and then gets it under control up against Grimmer, tiptoes into the penalty area, finds Sarr edge of the penalty area, onto his left foot, parried by Allsop. Pedro couldn't quite get to the rebound ahead of Jacobson. The ball came off. João Pedro lasted it. No, Jacobson just smuggled it behind. It will be a Watford corner. But Sarr going close to a second goal in 6 minutes.
Good confident strike with his left foot. João Pedro almost in there for the tap-in. Good defending from Jacobson. But again, we're 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes into this half, and more opportunities for Watford to go and get goals. But this is where Wycombe are dangerous. Set pieces, they'll take a throw in to get it back to the thrower to whip it in the box, and their corner kicks, they attack the ball very well, the Wycombe players.
Jacobson with it. Too high for Akinfenwa, but headed home by Anthony Stewart. Anthony Stewart equalises for Wycombe. Jacobson with the in-swinging corner, and Stewart met it 6 yards out, powered a header, past Foster into the roof of the net. And at the midway point of this second half, Wycombe Wanderers are level at Adams Park. Wycombe Wanderers 1, Watford 1.
Well, you could argue it's no more than they deserve, but we're talking about how strong they are. Everybody's looking at defending against Akinfenwa, but then Stewart gets ahead of, is it Kabasele? That's a clean header on the edge of the 6-yard box in the middle of the goal. You know, it shouldn't be happening. It's basic errors, but also a switch off of concentration to allow the Wycombe players to make intricate passes to win the corner in the first place. Really disappointing from a Watford point of view.
Jacobson again, finds Horgan, looking to turn Feminir. The left-hand touchline does turn him onto his left foot. His cross, Akinfenwa with a header back across goal and just too far ahead of Kashket, and goes behind for a goal kick with just over 20 minutes to go. But Akinfenwa again in the penalty area, causing Watford problems. Good play from Horgan initially.
Well, Wycombe have taken back that momentum that Watford had in the first part of this second half.
Finds Feminir on the right-hand side, looks to release Sarr. Sarr will move towards the penalty area. Allsop comes out, Sarr goes down. Sarr thinks he was touched. Referee doesn't agree, and I don't think he likes the complaints from Kiko Feminir, and he becomes the first player to go into the notebook tonight.
I think it's a good pass in, perhaps a little bit overhit, but Sarr's got the pace to make it up, and I genuinely think there was contact from the goalkeeper, but from the time that the referee had to look at it, you can see that Sarr's trying to make the penalty as opposed to, you know, the goalkeeper fouling Ismaïla Sarr. There's a bit of contact maybe with his head because he's clearly pulled out of it, but you can see why Feminir's been
run
booked.
from 20 yards behind him and gone in the ear of referee John Brooks. First yellow card of the season for Kiko Feminir. Akinfenwa flicks the ball on and Kashket can move into penalty area. Kashket onto his left foot, saved by the feet of Foster at his near post, and then Kashket couldn't control the rebound. And it goes behind for a goal kick. Another Wycombe chance goes begging.
I think the basics of Wycombe's game there is the ball into Akinfenwa, and Kashket is going on for the second ball. It's far too easy.
Grimmer throws it back towards the halfway line, and Stewart finds Grimmer again, and they've worked it for Thompson. Thompson with a low ball in, and it's diverted behind by Capu. Foster made sure and just tipped it round the post.
Well, we said earlier on that they're set up for a long throw, and sometimes they do put it in, but best case scenario for them is to get it short and back to whoever's taking the throw for the cross.
It's Garner to deliver from the left-hand side, being in-swinger with his right foot. Headed away though, I think, by Jacobson at the near post. Sarr retrieves it. Here's Feminir on the edge of the centre circle for Watford. Threads it into the box for Murray. Murray to shoot just wide of the right-hand post. Glenn Murray so close to stealing all 3 points for the Hornets.
Great opportunity, really intelligent run and a good pass. He's just wrapped his foot round it. Perhaps lack of match fitness and match sharpness. You'd expect Glenn Murray. There wouldn't be anybody else in the team you'd want more with his scoring experience and ratio. Maybe that was the chance that we were just waiting for, and it's gone.
Well, Josh Knight has gone forward for Wycombe from centre half. He played the 5 minutes. Grimmer throws it into the penalty area. João Pedro heads it away. Back to Jacques Grimmer. There's the full-time whistle. Wycombe Wanderers break their duck at championship level. They have their first point of the season.
Cliquez ici pour voir plus mes vidéos.